Right, we're here with Carly from the Nativo Fort Lauderdale. It's a wonderful tower. She's going to let us know a little bit about what you can expect if you become an owner here.
Thank you, Gino, for coming over. So Nativo is the first short-term rental building in the whole city of Fort Lauderdale, which is huge for the Fort Lauderdale market, specifically because there are 40 million people that come to visit Fort Lauderdale every single year, and we have a shortage of short-term rental buildings. There's only 35,000 hotel rooms. So we created Nativo to be able to meet the demands of the market, which is all the people who are coming to visit Fort Lauderdale every single year. This is a proven model in Miami. Miami has almost 30 buildings that are licensed for short-term rentals, and we are the first one in Fort Lauderdale. I have said this many times over and over again that Fort Lauderdale is Miami 2.0. And if you come into Nativo now, you are only entering into a market that, one, is part of innovation, and two, it's a market that is appreciating between 5 to 8% every single year for the past 10 years. So by locking in a unit today, you're easily sitting, by the time we're delivered, between 15 to 20% appreciation on your property.
That's great. And when is the deliverable date?
So we're expected to be delivered end of 2027, beginning of 2028.
So tell us a little bit about all the amenities and what people can expect as an owner here.
So we have 1 acre worth of amenities.
Wow.
We have the largest pool in Fort Lauderdale, which is 120 feet. The main thing that I want to mention about the pool is that the way that the building was designed was to guarantee sun all day long. There's a lot of buildings that you see out there that by 2 p.m. you have no sunlight. And it's like, why are you coming to Fort Lauderdale? Why are you coming to visit South Florida if you're not going to get sun when you're laying out by the pool? We have a gym, we have an owners only restaurant and bar, working area lounge. And the cool thing about all the amenities is that when you own in one Nativo, you get access to all the Nativos that we have across the country. So if you're a person who travels a lot, you'll be able to stay as a guest at another Nativo at a discounted price. And you're also able to use the pool and the working area, because we want all of the owners at Nativo to feel like they're part of a Nativo society and that you're inclusive into something innovative and different. This is the smarter way to own, and it's the new way of being a real estate owner.
Sure. And I know that there's not too many short-term rentals. You mentioned that earlier. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect when it comes to these short-term rentals here, when it comes to appreciation, return on investment, let's call it.
So when we're looking at our studios and our 1 bedrooms, where really our direct competition would be 4-star and 5-star hotels. But when you look at the 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, we're comparing to single family homes on Airbnb. Our biggest differentiating factor is that you are getting short-term rental, but you're getting luxury amenities, which is really what separates us from everything else in the market. High season, we're at 95% occupancy rate in Fort Lauderdale, low season 75%. We know that the demand is there. The market is telling us what they want, and we're just here supplying it.
Right. And what are the nightly rates? What on average, what can people expect if, let's say, they have a 1-bedroom?
So right now, for instance, we are just at the end of March, beginning of April. Our direct hotel in close proximity that compares to us is going for $500 a night right now. Even during Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, which is one of the biggest in the world, we are the capital of the yachting industry. Sure. And the rates during that week of the year go for roughly $2,000 a night. So there's a lot of opportunity to be very aggressive in terms of when you're actually looking to rent it, but you could also be as conservative as you want to. It's really, we're designing the building where the owner feels like they are 100% in control, because the owner is. We have no restrictions, no blackout dates.
That is the key right there. No restrictions, no blackout dates. You can rent as you wish, or you can be put into the rental, not a rental pool, but you can have the management take care of your rentals for you.
Exactly.
Correct?
And because we have no restrictions and no blackout dates, you're actually able to finance on our short-term rental building, because if you were to look at a condo hotel, in a lot of cases you cannot finance them, and you give a lot of your ownership and you give a lot, you just don't have the flexibility to be able to do what you can do here. So we are not a condo hotel. We're a condo building with a hotel license. So you're able to do a lot more. You're giving the owner the opportunity to do everything.
That's right. And a lot of these condo hotels, it seems like the management is taking all the income and splitting pretty much 50-50 with the owners. And That's not the case over here in Nativo.
Yeah, exactly. And all of our units, they come fully furnished, finished, equipped, turnkey, coffee pots,
Nice.
silverware, televisions, everything is included in the unit for you.
Very nice. And tell us a little bit about now the lease-back program, which won't last long. So make sure you contact me today because the lease-back program is very limited. So tell me a little bit about that.
So the leaseback program is 10% gross of the purchase price over the course of 2 years. So for example, if you were to buy a unit, let's say it is $800,000, you would be grossing $80,000 for year 1 and $80,000 for year 2.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Right.
It's like you're buying a property already that's tenant occupied, I guess, for instance, but in this case, the developer is just leasing it back. And we're offering this incentive to maybe an entry-level investor who doesn't know where the market is going, and you want to feel some sort of sense of security because you just want to wait to see what's going to go on. With the leaseback program, we're allowing the owner to use the property themselves up to 30 days each year, non-contiguous. So it allows you to be able to still feel like you can use the property, but it's also being rented out.
So let's talk about now the HOA fees, because everybody's worried about the HOA fees if they get too expensive after a while. And in this case, they're not expensive at all. They're very, very affordable. Tell us a little bit about that.
$1.10 a foot. We're one of the lowest in the market right now.
That's fantastic, that rate. That really is. So when can we expect the building to be delivered?
So we're expected to break grounds later on this year. Delivery date is going to be end of 2027, beginning of 2028. So approximately 3-year timeline from now.
And as of today, prices fluctuate all the time. So as of today, where are we starting at?
So right now we have our lowest price units are starting in the low 600s, and our most expensive unit today is 1.6 million. So we are one of the most affordable projects that is available on the market right now that you could monetize from day one.
Right, and I like your location as well. Tell us a little bit about the location.
So we're located directly next to the Brightline station. Our location is the best in the market. I am extremely bullish on our location and on the growth of the city. We're just 3 miles away from the beach. We're less than 10 minutes away from the airport.
Great.
We're right in the financial district next to Flagler Village. We're walking distance to Las Olas. We have almost a 90% walkability score with where we're located. But the most important thing is us being next to the Brightline. Because we are in a transit-oriented area, you're in Miami in 20 minutes. You could go to Orlando and you could just take a cruise, go to Disney. There's just endless opportunities as to where we're located.
Contact me today, Gino Santarosa from North to South Realty Brokerage, 561-871-1889. Thank you so much, Cardi. Thanks for having me in your
Thank you,
studio.
Gino. My pleasure.